Hello and welcome back. Okay, so in this one we will be going to Orzammar. Hopefully we'll be able to get the main story, get the dwarves on our side in this entire video, but we will see. So first of all, let's go on. I'm going to take Morrigan, Shale and Liliana with me on this quest. Actually Morrigan wants also levelling up while she's here. Oh, okay, now I need to level up a few people. So Sten, I'm going to give him the Reaver section. Give him, actually I'm going to put more in his constitution so he can't get taken down as well. And actually, yeah, no, I'm going to give him some combat tactics. He's got all of the two-handed ones, so I'm going to give him Devour actually so he can heal himself up. I believe that should now go into his tactics. You see, this thing with not having enough tactics. If I can custom, this seems to be actually disappearing completely for some reason. Well, we want him to be aggressive and a scrapper, but other than that, I'm not sure why. It's all completely disappeared for him, all of his tactics. Okay, let's go for Morrigan. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to make Morrigan a blood mage and up her magic quite a bit, and give her combat tactics. So she's got 2 spells we can up on her. So she's very up in entropy, but I'm going to give her her blood magic. And if we can go to her actually, set tactics. So I want her to be a ranged damager. Actually, can we do, so if we do debilitator. That might be better for her actually. Controller. So we don't want her to be a healer. Damager might be a bit better for her, but actually I think debilitator will be better for her for now. War dog, okay, we'll auto level him up. Let's also just check Sten's tactics again, because for some reason I'm not sure why that's disappeared. It's enable disable tactics, I'm not sure. We'll leave Sten for now, we'll come back to him later, I'll sort that out by myself. Okay, but yeah, let's get on our way to Orzammar. I think we might get a quick cutscene as we try to move here, but we'll see. Actually, before we go to Orzammar, I'm going to put some stuff, some gifts into the chest at Soldier's Peak, because I know we've got some in our inventory. There we go, cutscene as I said.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
This is Zevran, our next companion.
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
Well, he's still a dick. There we go, new codex, Zevran. Yep, like I said, he's going to be actually a companion of ours once we defeat him. Let's put these away. I don't believe any of those are actually unique gifts. Like I said, some of them are actually unique, and when you give them to him, you get a special dialogue with your companion, but no, that looks fine. So let's continue, and on the way there now we should be attacked by Zevran. And we should be able to get him as a companion.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
What happened? Obviously a trap, but, you know, got to spring it. I got to say, he got it very quickly from Zevran.
The Grey Warden dies here!
I think you need more men, mate.
Enemy ahead. Watch out.
I've been stunned.
Down you go.
Going.
Stealth it is.
I'm off.
Interesting.
One more crush for my amusement.
Yeah, the Friends of Red Jenny are people who pop up quite often in Dragon Age. You actually get one of their people as a companion in the Inquisition, which is quite funny. And they also get a special item from them if you complete the Assassin questline, which we will come to later. Wake him up and talk to him. You can actually kill him now, but yeah, let's wake him up and talk to him.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
I have some questions that could easily be rectified. I decided I want to torture you first. Quiet, you'll answer when spoken to. I have some questions.
Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I'm rather happy you failed. What are the Antivan Crows? Who hired you to kill us? Why are you telling me all this? Who are you?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Does that mean you're loyal to Logain?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
And now you failed that service?
Oh, well, that's between Logain and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
Okay, when were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then.
Okay, how much will you pay if you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they?
Yes. Yes, very much so.
No, I
try
don't
it.
suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
I find it a bit funny. What are the Antivan
I
Crows?
can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Not for being good assassins, I see. You came all the way from Antiva. Why? You came all the way from Antiva?
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
Why are you telling me all
Why
this?
not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Aren't you at least loyal to your employers? We paid to talk my ear off. There's no reason for me to believe anything, so aren't you at least loyal?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm listening, make it quick. I'm done questioning, not done questioning. Yeah, I'm listening, make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So let me serve you instead.
Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you? And what's to stop you from finishing the job later? You must think I'm royally stupid. What do you want in return? Why would I want your service? Can I expect the same amount of loyalty?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
What's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Oh, that's fair enough. Why won't they come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
What do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I'm yours. Is that fair?
Very well.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Okay, we're going to swap
Rule
Liviana
and
out for him
damnation.
to have another
Yes.
frontliner. Okay, Morrigan disapproved a bit of that. Okay, let us... Zevran, here we go. So I'm going to give him Duncan's dagger, and... Oh, we can't actually use Duncan's sword at the minute. That's a shame, but we'll give him Duncan's dagger for now. Get rid of those. Can't even use Brightborn. Actually uses both the same amount of strength for those. Okay, yeah, well, give him a cowl. Don't think there's anything else we can give him at that point. But I can give him some
You have
rare
excellent
Antivan
taste.
brandy.
You have excellent taste.
Gift can't get him up to the maximum as I go to the camp. I don't think so. We might just make a quick stop there and get him up to the top. Give him a, just question him a bit. Oh, I can actually. Okay, so we want him to be aggressive, scrapper. Yeah, that sounds good for him. We can upgrade his strength a bit. Oh, he doesn't. He needs a lot of strength, doesn't he? Okay, we'll make him a duelist. Give him some more tactics. I don't think he really needs to be an expert. And we'll give him some traps. Ah, see, this is why I didn't like him. Usually, he doesn't have any lock-picking skills at all. Which is a bit annoying, really, because obviously this means he can't open up any of the chests or anything we see in the future. Okay, but we can make him a duelist, so we'll go for him with that. There we go, get to the Frostback Mountains. Yeah, okay, luckily we can just quickly go back to camp.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What did you
'Tis
find?
not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Yeah, you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
A spell of immortality. This should prove useful. And let me guess, she drinks blood each shot. A spell of
Oh,
immortality.
if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
Are you certain about this? So is Flemeth immortal or not? I'm not sure. I understand what you mean. So why would she risk getting you with me? So what do you intend to do about it? And you had no idea. So are you certain about this?
Indeed. That is primarily what this tome details. The various daughters
I do know
that Flemeth
later on
has
you find out that she
acquired,
can't actually take
their
control of her body
and training.
unless she
I recognize
allowed
all of
her
it.
to.
I
You have to be
am
willing
to be her next
to
host.
let her
This
in.
is my purpose.
So is Flemeth immortal or not?
Whatever spark of the demon that made her what she is remains within her, keeps her from dying of old age, but her body deteriorates. Eventually, she would be so wizened as to be senseless and immobile. So, she must seek a new body, a fresh body, and start the cycle anew.
Could this body be anyone, or must it be a daughter?
I am uncertain. According to her writings, certain hosts are better than others. The more a host is prepared, the quicker the transition will be. I am sorry. This simply takes me by surprise. I would have thought I would have had some inkling, some notion.
You and Flemeth were hardly friendly. No one thinks the worst of their own mother. I would feel the same. I'd feel the same. What an awful
I am a
thought.
fool. I am such a fool.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean. So why would she be sending you with me? What do you intend to do? Why would she be
I do
sending
not
you with
know.
me?
Perhaps 'tis as she said. The Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
So if you died, she would have another daughter?
Not by any natural means. Perhaps I should take this as a vote of confidence from her on my capabilities. Or perhaps she simply wished me gone from the Korkari wilds so she could prepare her ritual in peace. A disturbing thought.
What do you intend to do
There is
about
only
it?
one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Perhaps you could talk to her. Kill Flemeth isn't that a little extreme. Why do you need my
Because
help?
if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. So obviously I cannot be the one to do it.
Very, very well, I'll help you if I
Then
can.
what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Korkari wilds without me. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
I'll see what I can
I
do.
am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
We might actually do that first. It's just going to be a very quick battle.
Something you need? I'm sure.
Okay, here we go. So we don't need that. Don't think we need anything from there. Not sure if there's anything we can get for. Actually, I'll buy those, and that'll be it. I'll get that for Zevran. Nothing in there. Might actually have some stuff to sell now. Okay. Okay, so I'll get some thoughtful gifts. Get like 10 of those. Yeah, sell those daggers. Okay, now I can make Zevran very, very, very happy
How
liking
nice.
me. There we go. It should be at the max, or if not, at least very close. And let's give him some dancing shoes, that'll do better for him. And yeah, we'll just have to level him up later for getting us to the max. Actually, I'm going to talk to Wynne quickly first.
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
I know they were respected in the old days. What's led to here? I've only what I've heard in the tale.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Does the story have griffins in it? Does the story have griffins in it?
Maker's mercy, it's like talking to a child.
Are we old enough to be my grandmother? So does it have griffins in it or not? If it doesn't have griffins in it, I don't want to hear it. I don't care if... Okay, so does it have griffins in it or not?
Yes, there are griffins in this story.
Yeah, there
the
you go.
Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the Archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
Whatever that griffins does not sound strategy. Why not flank?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the Archdemon was dead and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings, nonsense, both sides or least. When did this happen?
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden. What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will
No,
I?
you won't.
And that makes me sad. Well, you're blunt. I could try, but it wouldn't work. But I don't think I was ever meant to be normal. I don't think I was ever meant to be normal.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little. It's on my mind constantly. No, I like my life. A little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
And this will set you. Grass is always greener on the other side. I don't think
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge.
Oh, it always comes down to religion in this place, doesn't it? Did you find anything? The Chantry doesn't offer much of either. You must have come to terms with your life eventually. So, did you find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
And that made you feel better? I think she's right. Only the weak accept their fates. I can't get off of this religious claptrap. And that made you feel better?
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
And all this sappy nonsense is going to make me throw up. I suppose priests have to give up a lot too, but priests have to choose to be priests. Mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty, and there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
That doesn't sound healthy. Would you hate me if I said you were full of rubbish? It won't be easy to live that way. That doesn't... It won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
Okay, I don't think the rest of them have anything to say
Something
to me.
I can help with?
No. Okay, that's 10.
You called. As
No.
you wish.
Shale, my man Shale.
It
A woman,
speaks.
actually. I know she is. Actually, Shale is actually a woman. We'll find that out a bit later. But yeah, just so you know.
Something
Alistair?
on your mind?
Nope.
I've a question, if I may.
Yeah, you may not. Is it really? Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Does your oath expire then? Why would I do anything with you? Is this after I ravish you in celebration? You could go if you wanted. Does your oath expire then?
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
I could always use a friend. There's always a use or two for a handsome elf. I'll always need a servant. Trust me. Not at all. You could go if you wanted. I'll not hold you to any oath. Leave whenever you like. I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes? What say you?
Care to answer
By all
some
means.
questions? What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So you have to be a murderer. It doesn't take any special skill. Yeah, so it doesn't take any special skill.
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
It sounds like it could be useful. I prefer straight-up battle. You always use poison then?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? What say you?
Care to
By
answer
all
some
means.
questions? Why did you want to leave the Crows?
Well,
exactly?
now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
So you're simply bored. You didn't choose to join the Crows. What would you rather
Now
do?
that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased, for 3 sovereigns, I'm told, which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder, and if you do poorly in your training, you die.
And that system works? That sounds awful. So the system works?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth, gets you women, and men, or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
Like the tower for me. So what is it you fancy exactly? Sounds like you've been spoiled, so why didn't you just leave then?
And become the next mark for some up-and-coming crow? Not likely. The only way to leave is for them to think you're dead. And even then, you would best be scarce. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
And you think that will change, and when you get the first chance to betray me, when the Crows eventually find you, I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the Crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so. What say you? By all means.
Do you actually enjoy being
an
assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
I've never killed an innocent. I disagree completely. No, you're probably right. I've never killed an innocent.
Now there is an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
That sounds like an excuse. That's a very practical attitude. That's despicable, you murderer. I suppose that's true. Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I take no pleasure in killing. I enjoy violence myself. That's a bit sick. I know what you mean.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Handsome elf like you, I can think of a few things. Why not? You can do whatever you like. Don't you have any other skills? Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. What say you? By all means.
Tell me a little of Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
And it has assassins, so why don't you go back? You don't like when it has assassins?
Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
Not from any glittering gem, no. Of course, my mother was better than any gem. One, we want to compare to... Of course, my mother was better than any gem.
You have me there, indeed. I, for one, can make no such claim, as I never laid eyes on the woman. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
No, that is odd. Is that some kind of euphemism? This is what... this I have to hear. Is that some kind of euphemism?
It may as well be. But not this once, no. I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home, more than anything else.
And you sound like you've been away from home forever. That's a little bizarre. There's leather everywhere, really. You smell like a cesspool and think of home. You sound like you've been away from home forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather. Perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there, Zevran. I asked you about Antiva, not your leather fetish. The job being killing me, right? No, Antiva, your home is still there.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not.
Is that supposed to be flattery? Handsome, everyone makes mistakes. You know, you need to make the most of where you are. Don't make me change my mind. You need to make the most of where you are.
Quite right you are. I see the Grey Wardens do not recruit fools. Now, if it is all the same to you,
this guy
I'd
keeps
prefer
playing
not
with
to
me. I
speak
keep
more
telling
of
me, it's not
Antiva.
my type. You're
It
just
makes
not
me
my
wistful
type, man.
and hungry for
You've
a
got no
proper
boobs.
meal. What say you?
Never mind, actually. I think that'll be it from him for now. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go slay...
yes.
Flemeth first, so I will take these lot with me. Actually see if we can fix Sten's tactics while we're at it for some reason. There we go, Scrapper. There we go, yeah, that works. Flemeth's hut. And then we'll go back to the the Frostbite Mountains.
I sent some darkspawn! Have at you then! Yes! All right! Yes! Too bad for you! I'm off. Going.
Not sure if it'll let me leave without slaying those other two. Let's have a check. There we go. Ooh.
I fell.
Are you alright? No, really. You're very observant. Obviously, excitement. Yeah, are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
You need to rest, that's all. The fight's over, if that's what you mean. Thought what? You need rest, that's all.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such
Yeah,
enchanting
Flemeth has
music,
already
Sir
ensured that she'll
Wouldn't you
survive.
say?
She saved the main character from the second game and put part of herself in a locket so that she can get away and live. We know your little secret, Flemeth.
Which one, I wonder? What has
Yeah, she's got a
Morrigan
lot.
told you? What little plan has she hatched this time?
She knows how you extend your unnatural lifespan. She sent me to kill you for good reason. Does it matter? I'm just investigating my options. What should I say? What's the point? She knows how you extend your unnatural lifespan.
That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
You deserve to die. I need Morrigan. I've got no choice. What do you
Morrigan
propose?
wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
I could do that. And what happens
I
to
go.
you?
Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
You think she'll believe
We
that?
believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do.
No, forget
Shame. What will it be, then?
it. No,
it
you
is a
die.
dance
Sorry.
poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
All right.
It froze her in midair.
Yes. Oh, look! It wants to fight! All right. How amusing! Now you die! You battle a Kunari! All right, that's it!
I win. Fatality. Okay, now I've got to wait for her to drop her key. Get in the house, come on. There we go.
Over with. And
Robes of possession. The whole intent of these robes is clear. A welcome home present from Ferelden, designed to sap Morrigan's will and ease the ancient sorcerer's possession of her daughter. With Flemeth dead, these robes no longer possess a danger to Morrigan, but make her help those who get in her way. Flemeth's grimoire, an old but lovingly cared for book, bound in leather but of questionable origin. The pages smell of herbs and wood smoke. Intricate sketching or stitching on the cover marks out a leafless tree, strangely ominous in its stark appearance.
done.
Okay, right, now let's go back to the party.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried. You mean when you collapsed in
You
battle?
should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
But you're standing here, you're undead, then this case of death is taking a while to kick in. But you're standing here, right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
That's an amazing story. So you were never completely dead then. So that's an amazing story.
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Then we'll make the best out of that time. I can't believe you kept this from me. How long will the spirit last? So again, to dive in, we'll make the best out of that time.
That we will. What's on your mind?
So why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Are you sure it wasn't evil? Do spirits watch people like that? Are you sure it wasn't evil?
It did not feel evil. I never feared it. In fact, it infused me with soft, strange warmth I never felt before. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You're very lucky. Well, aren't you special? You mean it protected you?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
So this spirit of faith is your personal protector, and also in your fight with Petra's demon, I suppose. So this,
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I can't believe you're spending it here on the road fighting darkspawn. I'm glad to think travelling with me is... Yeah, I'm glad you think travelling with me is worth your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
Sounds dirty. I'll hold you to that promise. That will be something to see indeed. You're joking, right? Yeah, that'll be something to see indeed.
I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind?
Something we can do to cure
me?
you.
What, am I sick now?
You're a little dead.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid? I'd rather be alive, really. Don't fear death. It's the dying that scares me.
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
Are you content? But we will always want more. I think it depends on the person you are. Are you content?
I think I've led a good life. A full life. And I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we? What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets
I try
at
not
all?
to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which
so
there
where
are
her
many.
loyalty mission comes
I would
into
go
it?
quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
What did you do? Tell me. I might make you feel better. I no longer... Yeah, tell me.
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
I can see how this could be trouble, and he took him from his people and put him in the tower. Humans like you, but the mages treat elves and humans alike.
All he knew of the humans was what he had seen in the alienage. He was very wary of us. What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home. Time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
And what did he think of you? That just seems so unlike you. Was he talented? What did he think of you?
I dread to think. I was a harsh taskmistress. He might have thought I was a demon in disguise. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
And what happened to Anarin?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
He's dead then. Who hunted him down? Why didn't they just bring him back
They
to the tower?
called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
It's not your fault when that was cruel of them. Well, I guess it's not your fault.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed Anarin. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
I think it's maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, He was my teacher, and I his student.
See, there's a bright side. Maybe sacrifice was worthwhile. This is... Maybe sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Wins regret. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so let's get Morrigan. And see, robes of possession. Takes 1 off willpower, but does a lot better than what she's already wearing. We'll give her this one as well. You look really stupid in that, Morrigan, but you know, whatever. And we can give her the gift of Flemeth's real grimoire.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
Well, I think I can talk to her again now. Let's just...
I wish to ask a question of you. I wish to know your opinion of love.
My opinion, this is what says for it. That has come out of it. My opinion.
You and I have been intimate, for one. We have been close for some time now. You are impressive in many ways, and you even protected me from Flemeth without hope of reward. I feel anxious when I look upon you. I dislike this sense of dependency.
She's in love with me.
It is a weakness I abhor.
I knew it.
If this is love, I wish to ascertain that you do not feel the same.
Are you saying that you love me? And if I do love you? No, I certainly don't love you. If this is how you feel, then we should stop. And if I do love it, and if I do love you?
Then we are both fools, and we need to do something immediately. I have allowed myself to become too close. This is a weakness for us both.
Love is not a weakness, then let's end things right here and now. You're just being cowardly. This is insincere and say, love is not a weakness.
You are not listening to me. Do not be such a fool. This is for your own good. I am not like other women. I am not worth your distraction, and you are not worth mine.
You are worth my distraction. If that's what you really want, let's end it. It doesn't have to get that complicated. Don't talk like that. You're worth my distraction.
You are impossible. Have it your way, but I will tell you truly now. You will regret it in the end. Your desire? So, full of questions, are you?
I still don't think she'll teach me now as well, you know. So Flemeth is dead.
Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again and again if need be. But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no?
I was thinking more, what now between us? I'll always protect you, Morrigan, and you'll think of a way to thank me. I was thinking, I'll always protect you, Morrigan.
You should not be so... You have no idea what will happen in days to come to make such promises. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done. Your desire? So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
I should have done you be so... As you wish. Yeah, so you still won't teach me. Okay, right, so now we can go to the Frostback Mountains. So once again, we'll take Shale.
Yes.
I'm actually going to take Liliana instead of Zevran just because of the lock thing. It's very annoying. And I'll take Morrigan for now. I do wish I could skip these sometimes. Ah, right, yeah, so it'll be the mages, 5 mages, 4 pages, or whichever round it was.
Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Not so strange, I have 5 copies.
Ah, will the wonders of this all too small a land never cease? Well, they will for you. Get them!
Danger.
Let's wipe them out quick. All right. Going. All right.
Thus increases our path of destruction.
Every so often a bolt of inspiration hits an inventor that subsequently propels a society forward into a new era. This was not one of those inventions. A small enchanted medallion set into the front of the headwear was supposed to bear an image of the person dearest to the wearer's heart. However, at some point, likely in the domestic disagreement sparked by some idle fancy, the cameo was damaged, leaving the cowl forever displaying the image of a stern-looking woman of elven descent who stares out from the wearer's head. Still, other enchantments redeem the hood's utility, and a note tucked into the interior seam suggests a further upgrade may be made by the last owner. Fix much better without the stutter.
Let's wipe them out quick.
More enemies are ahead.
Low gain, send your rigor. Going. Yes. All right.
Tis too easy.
These tubes might possibly drop something. Let's just wait a second because I can't walk into them. Yep, there we go. And you, nothing. Okay. Once the blood comes out, that's when you know if there's anything going to be there or not.
I paid a ransom for a trade permit. They can't do this.
If there's civil war, what will happen to us?
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me?
Am I here on behalf of the Blackstone Irregulars?
What was this about?
I hear you stole supplies from the guild.
I see. Tauren must have sent you. I refuse to answer to a pawn of Tauren. Come, men, to arms!
Time for more practice.
Maker preserve us!
Yes. Going.
Brilliant!
Is it true Grey Wardens
I go where the work
Ferelden's
is,
king?
and it isn't here.
Step right up, friend, and have a look at the finest selection of almost new armor and weaponry east of
Almost
Orlais.
new. Are you throwing? Yeah, almost new.
Yes, well, I don't like to brag, but I've got some fine things here. Almost straight from the Royal Armoury. Only took a slight detour on the way.
Did you have to
Canary?
find a Canary sword?
I'm afraid I don't know the word.
Probably large and unwieldy.
All those. I had one, but I sold it already. A collector. I can't go telling you all about my paying customers. One, it's not ethical, and two, it's bad for business. A lot of my customers are sensitive types. They don't want their personal business related to every stranger who happens along. If I'd known he was still breathing, I would have used a knife. I mean, I'd have been more careful. Redcliffe. The guy who bought it lives in Redcliffe. He's a collector. A dwarf named Dwin, I think. I don't want any trouble. If you see that giant, tell him I don't have it, would you? I don't, I swear. Andraste bless you, friend.
So like I said, we didn't actually have to speak to him to get to know where it was.
He made it out of Lothering. He said that the Darkspawn attacked it the very next day.
The Darkspawn took Lothering, did they?
I don't know. I expect so, since there was no one there to stop them.
Well, it won't be much longer until those monsters get here. There doesn't seem to be anyone fighting them now.
They have to open the gate. My suppliers will think I cheated them.
What can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
He took that well.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant.
You live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzamar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
How often do you restock?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you.
They say no one goes in or out until the Assembly speaks.
My goods are just rotting on their doorstep. I won't just stand here and take this.
I demand an... You insult all of Ferelden. King Loghain...
Vieta! This land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
I have urgent need to talk to your king. Why have you people treated like this? Why have you people treated like this?
Because they are dwarves.
I would challenge any race to fare as well. Our king is dead. Endrunai Dukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obliges Orzammar to aid me. A blight is coming. They must reunite with Ferelden. The Grey Wardens need that. I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obliges them to help me.
The Wardens killed King Kaelin and nearly doomed Ferelden.
No, we didn't.
They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
That's enough. Raise your blades if you're so tough. Loghain is a traitor king. Run to your false king, the dwarf. Yeah, run.
You'll hear of this. King Loghain will see you quartered.
Quartered, Willie.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden.
Sounded a bit Scottish.
Though I don't know what help you will find.
Okay, I'm actually going to leave this one here for now, and then I'll do a next episode with the explaining, obviously, the caste system for the dwarves and doing their quests. So yeah, I'll be back with that soon.